It's time to break free from the system that has trapped you. Your education makes you want to get a job. University gets you debt so you get a job. Everybody out there with a company wants you to work for them, and no one wants you to know the truth. You should work for yourself. I'm going to show you 5 business ideas right now and help you understand how you could start a business. Would you ever start a business of your own? Would you ever?
OnlyFans, yeah.
OnlyFans? Are you serious? Yeah. Come on. Yeah. No. This can't be going mainstream. So the first thing to say about an OnlyFans career is I don't want to judge anybody. A lot of people out there today are desperate and need to earn money, and I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm here to help for free people start a business, start a side hustle. So I'm not here to judge. But I will tell you something very important. In life, you only have one personal brand, and it's important to invest in that personal brand, because that's where real value lives. Now, if you were to do an OnlyFans business today, my true feeling is you're better off owning OnlyFans than working on OnlyFans. People that actually founded OnlyFans, in fairness to them, originally did have it as an idea to help people generally with a fan base monetize. It wasn't for what it's kind of defaulted to today, all about porn. And in fact, there are creators on OnlyFans that are making money that are not whipping their tits out, right? I don't think that people realize, thanks to the education system, that they've got more options than get a shit job on minimum wage or go do OnlyFans. It feels like that's now the 2 choices people have. I think people need to start thinking about how they can build a platform like OnlyFans without the porn bit, in my opinion, and build platforms that don't teach you how to dig for gold, but teach you to sell shovels to those that are digging for gold. That's where the real money is. The money isn't being on OnlyFans. Now, I say there isn't money in it. Of course that there is money in it. But what's the cost long term to people that actually do platforms like this? I have known way too many people that have got caught up in this OnlyFans craze only to have serious mental health issues later. There are a lot of people out there, for example, pitching the idea that you could do an OnlyFans agency. At the end of the day, it didn't work out well for the Tate brothers, did it? If you're not careful, you'll get bundled into a structure that looks like human got to be really, really careful. I think the important thing I'm trying to get across in this video quickly is that there's definitely money to be made in doing an OnlyFans site, and I'm not here to judge anyone that needs to do that. But I would say that real value comes, in my opinion, from building a brand, not a business. So if you are going to get involved in these platforms, make sure that you're using them and they're not using you. That's the lesson I want people to take. Don't let these platforms make you their product. You've got to take control and make sure that you understand how you're going to monetize out of these platforms, not how they monetize out of you. If money was no object, what would you do?
Travel, probably.
So a travel blog.
Yeah, maybe.
So a travel blog, in my opinion, in this day and age, it's going live on social media in locations around the world and walking through the streets and sharing with people what you're doing, right? I think that a lot of people can't afford to go on holiday. A lot of people go in a lot of different locations. So I see 2 businesses that potentially you could start. One would actually be maybe an aggregation of all the traveling experiences that people are having on one platform. So each hour, each day, people that are on holiday, you could ask them to go live and you would share it on your central platform. So suddenly people can have the experiences of these locations without having to pay huge money, perhaps nothing. You can build a massive social media following. Equally, on the other side, if you go on holiday, the way I do it, when I go on holiday, I look how I can pay for that holiday. If it's, for example, getting sponsorship or getting the airline tickets sponsored, and I'll do a quick video while I'm on the plane talking about the airline. And what can you do to monetize your existing holiday? But I think there's another business, which is you can get your company to sponsor you to go traveling. Lego should sponsor this individual. And I don't think it's so unrealistic in this day and age. People want travel experiences. Now, there's one thing I think people aren't doing, and that's selling experiences in metaverse. I do see that in the future, people having holiday experiences in the metaverse. I think that in the future, if you want to go on holiday to London and you want to go up inside Big Ben, you're not able to do it, but you will be able to through virtual reality. So I think there's a huge opportunity to create travel experience through virtual reality. Would you ever start a business of your own?
Yes, of course.
What would you do?
The same place where I'm working now. Laundry.
One thing I want to say about this is it's very important, if you're working for someone today, to not steal their business. This will cause you great pain later in your life. I know a lot of people that have done that. They see someone else's business and they copy it. Don't do that. However, there's a caveat. There is innovation in life. If you have an idea that's better than the company you're working for right now, a better product, then that's life. At school, they'll teach you don't copy. Of course, that's ridiculous. If we didn't copy, we probably wouldn't have fire today. I saw someone over there making fire. Oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to have fire too. Copy is part of evolution. Facebook was a copy of MySpace. MySpace was a copy of Friendster. I bet you've never even heard of Friendster. I'd love to know if you do in the comments. The point I'm trying to make here ultimately is you do need to innovate and copy some elements of what's around you. Is this person copying their existing employer's business? In my opinion, opinion, no. Because they clearly have their own vision of how the business should be done, how they go about doing it. This particular individual, in my opinion, I would definitely invest in because he's earnest, he's willing to take on the responsibility of running the business himself, which is very important from an investor's point of view. I don't have time to run his business for him. But I like the fact he's also got a name. Often, if you want people to believe your idea is going to happen, come up with a name and start telling people. That's a key element to making your brain think it's going to happen and then getting people around you to do it with you, to help you make it happen. Would I invest in this business? It's not a business I'm particularly excited about unless they could put a purpose angle on it. But this individual, I definitely think is brilliant. And as a business model where you innovate around what your boss isn't doing right, I think fair game. Just don't steal their clients or steal their business. Excuse me, would you ever start a business of your own?
I would absolutely start a business of my own, absolutely.
What would you do if you could do anything?
I would tell jokes for a living. I would just go around telling jokes as much as possible.
I want to hear your best joke. Let's find out whether you should be doing this for a living or not.
Okay. I lost my sister in a sea of lemonades. She was swept away.
Should he be doing this for a living? So what I really like about this idea, and I think something you can all tap into, is that it's a personal passion. And there's loads of comedians out there, there's loads of jokes being told out there, but I think with short form social media content right now, you can break through and become a big comedian quite quickly. The other thing I really like is that he will tell a joke that he thinks is funny. Humor is a funny thing. Like what you find funny and what I find funny might be completely different. I don't know. You tell me in the comments what you find funny. I'd like to know. The point I'm trying to make here is ultimately that if you love to do something, you will follow through. Was his joke funny? Debatable. Is he a great comedian? Maybe not yet, but he has a passion for it. He wants to make people laugh. And that's the core basis of every single business anyone should start. You love to do it. That to me is an underrated superpower. And so I think if you like to tell jokes, that should be your business. If you want to be a comedian or you want to be a dancer or you want to be a public speaker or you want to be an expert on Twitter, whatever it is, make sure that you have a passion for it. That will give you the ability to sustain. And actually the single most important thing in business is taking risk. That's how you get more luck. The more risk you take, the luckier you get. It's got nothing to do with hard work. A large part of taking risk is being able to follow through in the risk that you're taking. If you follow through, you 10x your chances of success, right? It's only if you stop that you fail. So I do think that there's plenty of room if you want to be a comedian to be a comedian. There's plenty of room if you want to be a dancer to be a dancer. And if you're passionate about it, you'll probably succeed. For this final idea, I've got a special treat for you. This is Aiden, everybody. He's 5 years old and he every single day teaches me something new. If I gave you £10,000, what would you do with it?
Treat the family to a nice holiday.
All right, where would you go?
Maldives or somewhere. All right.
Would you ever consider spending that money on starting a business instead?
I'd consider it.
What would you do?
I'm a carpenter, so I've got my own carpentry firm anyway. So
Would £10,000 make a difference?
I'd make a hell of a difference at the moment. Yeah,
What would you spend it on?
advertising maybe. I always struggle to get carpenters.
He's a carpenter who struggles to get carpenters to help him. Often you'll find, for example, a taxi driver is not the person who ends up running a taxi firm. You want to think about business in the context of like, if you don't have a skill, you often have to bring it in. So for example, I ran a design company called Fluid and I couldn't design. And all the designers who were very talented weren't the best at necessarily managing designers and bringing designers in to help them. So you don't need to be a carpenter to perhaps start a carpentry agency. Now there's an important lesson I want to share with you about this particular video that I think could change your life. Kids don't do what you say, they do what you do. So let me ask my son something important. Aiden, should we give £10,000 away to someone or should I take you on holiday with the £10,000?
Give it away.
Give it away. Kids learn from what we do. This amazing entrepreneur, although he wants to do good for his family and spend it on a holiday, in reality, his family want to be proud of him. His children want to see him do amazing things so they feel inspired. That'll be more powerful than any holiday would ever be. And quite often I've noticed, and you might be falling into this bracket, you may have some money in your bank and you're thinking, put it into stocks or put it into property. The best thing you can do is invest in you. And I'm not talking about a car or a holiday or a house. I'm talking about your idea, your business. Invest in yourself. Don't think by investing in the stock market that some magical thing's going to happen and you're going to make money. The best person to make money for you is investing in you, investing in your skills. I love this last idea. I think it's got loads of potential. Of course, if you've got a skill, it's great, apply it, but don't sell time, buy time, and make sure you build businesses that your children can be proud of and you have a legacy.
Bye.
Hopefully these business ideas have inspired you. If you still want to know what other ideas you could do, we just made a video with 63 business ideas in it. Check it out.